Before we hop into the games for today's episode, we do have a couple roster moves to go over. The first one being, as we saw in the last episode, Lynn had to come out of the game against the Red Sox in the second inning, and that injury did in fact have him end up on the IL. He has an inflamed hip, so he's on the 15-day IL. And taking his place in the rotation for now is going to be the left-hander Colby Allard. He's been called up from AAA Nashville. He was already on the 40-man roster. He was acquired last year for Chris Martin at the trade deadline. He made 9 starts in 2019, and he's going to make his first start of the 2020 season later on in this episode. Also, Jesse Chavez has returned from his stint on the IL. Juan Nicasio, who took his place, will remain with the big league club, so Luis Garcia was the odd man out, and he's been sent down to AAA Nashville. The Texas Rangers, now off on their road trip, find themselves in Cleveland at Progressive Field, as making the start for Cleveland is going to be the right-hander Aaron Savali, making his 8th start of the season, has had a good 2020 so far, and opposing him will be Corey Kluber, making his return to Cleveland. This will be his 8th start of the year, a sub-4 ERA on the year for him so far, and we'll start things off with Kluber. DeShields, the former Ranger, the man involved in the trade for Kluber, tries to get him sleeping and reach on a drag bunt. He did not, though, as he's thrown out by Frazier, and then Frankie Lindor is struck out to end the inning. Move things on, top of the second. Robinson Chirinos connects on a pitch. Is it gone? No, it's foul. And then later on in the AB, he would end up striking out on a cutter right down the middle. So still nothing going. Bottom of the third now. Kluber would get Naquin to go down swinging on a drop third strike, and then Carlos Santana also falls victim on a drop third strike, so 2 down in the inning for Kluber. Next batter up is the catcher Roberto Perez, and he would pop one up the shallow center field as Santana's there to put it away for out number 3. Top of the fourth now, Joey Gallo is drawing himself a walk, so he's on first base with 2 outs, brings up Willie Calhoun, keep wanting to call him Cole, as he rips the ball to right center field. That's going to get slowly up against the wall. Gallo is scoring all the way from first base, as the Rangers strike first in this game, give themselves a 1-0 lead, but then Chirinos would not be able to do anything else of the inning as he grinds out the third base. On to the bottom of the fourth now, and this time DeShields is going to get himself a base knock with that drag bunt. So the speedy DeShields is on first base. Next batter up is Hernandez, their second baseman, as he's going to go right center field into the gap. Gallo gets there pretty quickly, and he's able to hold DeShields to third base. So second and third, nobody out. Corey Kluber now needs to clutch up, and he's going to do just that. Strikes out Lindor. They don't even want to deal with Franmil Reyes and his big bat, so they intentionally walk him, load the bases. Jose Ramirez goes down swinging for the second out. And then after that, it's Carlos Santana, one of the 3 Santanas playing in this game, and he's going to chop one over to second base, and Kluber works out of the jam. Still a 1-0 lead for the Rangers. Top of the 7th now, check in on the Rangers' bats as they continue to not be able to get any hits. There's only 1 hit in this game for them so far, and they have that 1-0 lead. So move things on to the bottom of the 7th, as Jose Ramirez is going to go against the shift here down the left field line. It's a 2-bagger, easy 2-bagger for Ramirez. He's in scoring position to lead off the inning, and then Kluber has to clutch up yet again. Andrus, or ground ball to Andrus from Santana. Next batter up, Naquin, gets the called third strike called on him for the second out, and then it's Carlos Santana popping one up sky high to Elvis at shortstop, and Kluber works out of yet another sticky situation. Move things on all the way to the bottom of the 9th now. Jose Leclerc comes on looking for the save in this 1-0 ball game, and he would proceed to slam the door in their face. He strikes at Ramirez, gets him to chase a fastball, then has Santana way out in front of a changeup, and then Naquin goes down on the slider as Leclerc strikes out the side, and the Texas Rangers win this ball game by a score of 1-0 One hit was all they needed because this team apparently is not able to hit currently. Lots of just hitting woes going on with this Texas Rangers ball club, but the pitching does carry them through as Corey Kluber returns to Cleveland and picks up the W. Obviously picks up Player of the Game honors as well, went 7 innings strong, picks up 4 hits, strike out 10 batters, only 1 walk and no earned runs, obviously. And now we move things on to the Trop, the worst stadium in baseball, home of the Tampa Bay Rays as the Texas Rangers take them on. Tyler Glasnow, making his 8th start of the season, has gotten off to a shaky start for the Rays. He'll be opposed by Colby Allard, who is making his debut here in the 2020 season. 9 starts last year with the Rangers after being traded for. And we'll start things off. Brandon Lowe at the plate. He's drawing a walk to lead things off, but then Jose Martinez grinds into an around-the-horn double play. 5-4-3. That's 2 down in the inning. Next batter up is Austin Meadows. He's going to hit a fly ball to deep left center field, but Swihart tracks it down and puts it away for out number 3. Bottom of the second now, 2 outs. Yandy Diaz is going to bloop one in front of Gallo in right field. That's going to be able to get past him as well, so Yandy has himself a 2-bagger with 2 outs. And the next batter up is Kevin Kiermaier, and he's not able to do anything. Goes down whiffing through the curveball as Allard gets out of it. Move things on, bottom of the third now, Lowe back at the plate. He's going to hit a hard ground ball, but Bird knocks it down over at first and tosses to the covering Allard. Move things on, top of the fourth now. Matt Duffy playing second base on the day hits a ball to left field, and it's a diving catch by Hunter Renfroe out there to rob him of what could have been extra bases, and he also injured himself on that dive, so Joey Wendell comes into the game to replace him in left field. And then later on in the inning, Joey Gallo connects on a 1-0 count, and that baby is gone. A absolute jack job from Joey Gallo, and it gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead in this ballgame. Next batter up is Willie Calhoun, and he's also going to send a ball to deep part of the ballpark. This one's going to stay in the field, though, as that one hits off the wall in center field. It's an easy 2-bagger for Calhoun, and the next batter up, Santana, also going to get one in the air. This one's going to die at the wall, though, as it's caught at the wall by the right fielder, and then it's going to allow Calhoun to tag up. So he's on third with 2 outs. Robinson Chirinos then draws himself a walk, so it's runners on the corners for Todd Frazier, and he also gets a ball in the air. This one is going to die out right in front of the track, though, as nobody else scores in the inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Rangers. So bottom of the fourth now, Jose Martinez hits a ball over the head of Santana in right center field. That's going to be a double for Martinez, the former Cardinal, and it extends his hit streak to 12 games as well. So he leads off the inning in that fashion. And then his team would not be able to drive him in, though, as Allard clutches up. He strikes out Meadows. Joey Wendell also strikes out as he chases a pitch way outside the zone. And then Yoshi would be able to hit a single. Martinez moves up to third. They do not test Gallo's arm as he goes straight home with it. And then for whatever reason, Yoshi gets sent as he tries to move up, and he is gunned down on the throw from Chirinos down to second base. So they're out of that inning. Now onto the top of the fifth, where Elvis hits one down the left field line, and he's going to try for 2. A bit risky, and it turns out to not be the right call as he's gunned down at second base. So 2 down now as Blake Swihart's at the dish, and he's going to pull one over the head of the second baseman, and that's going to be a base knock for Swihart. And then with Matt Duffy at the plate, a pitch gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow Swihart to move up to second on the wild pitch, and then Matt Duffy slaps one into right field. Swihart rounding third, heading home. Aggressive base running pays off as he extends the Rangers' lead to 2-0. Brendan McKay came on in the 5th inning, and he would stay on for the 6th for a second inning of work. Leading off that inning was Robinson Chirinos, and he's going to rip one into left center field. That's off of the wall, into the gap. An easy 2-bagger for Chirinos as he's on second base to lead off the inning. Then 2 quick outs from the Rangers, so there's 2 down. Elvis Andrus is unintentionally walked, and also Blake Swihart draws a walk, so the bases are juiced for the Rangers against Brendan McKay. Matt Duffy gets a pitch to hit, a hanging pitch, and he hits a line drive right at Kevin Kiermaier. So still nothing going in for that inning, as it's still a 2-0 game for the Rangers, and then check things back on with Allard as he gets Martinez to ground into an inning-ending double play in the 6th. In the 7th, he would strike out Yandy Diaz to end the inning. Then in the 8th, with 2 outs, Mike Zunino hits what should have been an inning-ending pop fly, but instead Santana misplays it, and that's going to allow Zunino, the catcher, to get all the way into third base. So he's over there on third base with 2 outs, and they would not be able to drive him in, though, as Lowe swings through the curveball, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. He would stay on for the 9th, Allard that is, and he would work a 1-2-3 inning as Colby Allard picks up a complete game shutout in his first start of the 2020 season as he shuts down the Tampa Bay Rays roster, or lineup I should say. Gets that 2-0 win as the Rangers get just enough hitting, much more hitting than they had in the game against the Indians previously. Obviously, Colby Allard gets Player of the Game honors, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs, and only 2 walks on the day for the left-hander. Joey Gallo had 1 hit on the day, and that was a home run. Chirinos had a double. Calhoun had a double. Blake Swihart had a single and was driven in by Matt Duffy. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 20. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I am saying goodbye.